Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar video. This is going to be a look at the full set list of cards from the Avatar Weiss Schwarz trading card game set. So I think at this point everything has basically been revealed, and there may be some stuff that even if you've been following it you might not be fully aware of. So in this video I'm going to show off all of the cards as we've had a look at them, but I'm actually just going to lead off with the numbers here so you get a sense for how I'm breaking this down and to highlight that it's not as maybe simple as you'd think. So we're going to start off here by just taking out the numbers when it comes to normal cards. So these are not parallel cards. These are your more standard rarity cards, including a couple of kind of promo style cards here as well. But as you can see here, 19 unique cards in the trial deck. You will not find these anywhere except the trial deck. The booster set, of course, is listed as having 100 unique cards. I have 104 in brackets here because technically, in terms of the overall calculation, there are two of those cards that also have sort of same rarity, and it's a low rarity alternate art. So you have two different arts. So there's two cards that actually have three arts of them in the set, and you'll see that when I get to it. If you buy a booster box, you get a box topper pack that will have one of 5 unique cards. These are the 5 chibi characters. You get a normal version of one of them from a box. Similarly, there is a thing called a tournament pack, which you can get if your local store happens to host official tournaments for Weiss Schwarz. You can get a tournament pack by buying product, and this also, it will be a pack of cards that has a chance for you to get non-foil and foil versions of 5 additional extra cards. Again, they are unique compared to everything else. That leaves our total as being 129 uniquely named cards, plus add 4 on top of that for the overall count for low rarity alternate arts. Now we'll go into parallels. So these are the much higher rarity cards. You're going to have a much harder time grabbing all of these. But in the trial deck, there are 6 potential cards that come as parallel. 2 you get in every copy of the trial deck, and then the other 4 you have a chance to get when you open up trial decks. In the booster set, there are 44 different parallel cards. In the supply set, the other product, you get one promo card. These are the same cards as the box topper, the chibi cards, but this is where you get your foil copies of those cards. And then, like I mentioned earlier on, the tournament pack also has the same 5 cards available as foil also. That means in total there are 60 different alternate rarity parallel cards across all Avatar Weiss Schwarz cards. Finally, there is a group of kind of, I suppose, unaffiliated cards. I call them here. These are a mix of promo cards, tournament cards, and what seems to be a judge kind of gift kind of promo cards. By my count, there are 6 extra cards as well. This could rise to as high as 8 based on set number lists, but in terms of cards that have been revealed right now, 6, potentially 2 additional ones as well. That leaves the overall total as being there are 132 uniquely named cards, plus 67 of those cards have alternate rarity or alternate art, basically. That puts the total as 199. And then, like I said before, there are potentially 2 other promo cards that we might not have seen yet, so it could be as high as 201 cards. So it goes from being like just over 100 to actually, if you buy everything, all rarities, you're actually over 200. So that is an interesting one. But now let's take a look at these cards so you have a better sense for what I'm talking about. Okay, so with those initial numbers out of the way, let's actually look at all of these cards so you know what you're looking for, what the art looks like, stuff like that. So we'll pretty much go in order of the way I showed you through the numbers. So we'll start with all of the trial deck cards, and we'll start with the normal cards, then we'll do the parallels, do it that way. So card number 1 in the trial deck, you'll note that these are all kind of numbered T01 all the way up to, there are 19 unique cards in the trial deck, T19. So card number T01 is Zuko trapped in a cave. So interestingly, you'll note that the trial deck will actually have some yellow cards that are actually like Zuko, whereas he'll be in red in the main set. So there's some uniqueness there. T02 is Aang and Zuko, unexpected cooperation. T03 is Aang trapped in a cave. T04 is Zuko, Agni Kai. T05 is Iroh, stern warning. T06 is Iroh, fatherly figure. T07 is Admiral Zhao, killing the moon spirit. T08 is the climax card, stuck in a blizzard. Note that there is no character card that has a climax ability that works with this. This is just a climax card on its own, and it is, I think, in the whole Avatar set, it's the only climax card that has that wind trigger icon. So just keep an eye out for that if you actually want to play the game. Card number T09 moves us into the blue cards in the trial deck. So we have Katara, new necklace. T10 is Sokka, ship steering. T11 is Katara and Sokka, siblings. T12 is Aang, the boy trapped in ice. T13 is Yue, moon spirit. T14 is Jet and freedom fighters. T15 is Sokka, first love. T16 is Aang, avatar state. T17 is Katara, protecting Aang. T18 is the event card, Katara's necklace. And the last card, T19, is the climax card, Fury of the Ocean Spirit, which works with the avatar state Aang we just went by. So, they are the normal cards in the trial deck. We will now move on to the normal cards in the booster set itself. So again, we're going to start in numerical order here. And so what we have up first is yellow, starting at card number 001 from the set. And then as we go through, we'll note the different rarities of each of these cards. So at card number 1, we have Aang, the Last Airbender, which is a double rare. Card number 2 is Aang, Master of All Elements, also a double rare. We then switch over to single rare, the only single rare in yellow, which is the card Aang, Blending In. Then we have an uncommon Lion Turtle. We also have the uncommon Appa, Flying Bison, card number 5. Card number 6 is Appa and Momo, Samurai Battle. Card number 7 is Aang, Learning Avatar State, which is a very, very interesting card. I've seen a lot of interest in this one, and I think it's one a lot of decks are going to use. Card number 8, also an uncommon, is Aang, Missing Companion. Card number 9 is Aang, The Importance of Forgiveness. Card number 10 is Ko, the Face Stealer. 11 is Aang and Katara, Expressing Affection. Number 12 is Ember Island Players, Casting Horrors. Card number 13 is Momo, Winged Lemur. Card number 14 is Gyatso, Mentor. Card number 15 is Appa, Ready to Fight. At 16 we have Momo, Loneliness. At 17 we have Appa, Lost. At 18 we have the event card, Yip Yip. 19 we have the event card Aang, Consulting His Past Selves, also a very interesting card. And then we have the 3 climax cards for yellow. The climax rare, Energy Bending. Do note that that just means that I think in a box you get 4 climax rares. The rest of them in the packs will be climax commons. They're not particularly rare as such. It's just that anything that's a climax rare will be slightly more difficult to get than climax commons. Ultimately, the rarity distinction between CR and CC doesn't really mean that much. But anyway, that's number 20. Number 21 is also a climax rare. It is Struck Down. And then we have a climax common for yellow, Reunion with the Group. This moves us into green. So we're back to double rares here, and we have Toph, Wanted. We also have another double rare Toph, which is Toph, the Blind Bandit. Then we move into rares here, and we have Toph, Stopping Library from Sinking. We also have the rare at number 26, Suki, Kyoshi Warrior. Do note with this card that the name is actually spelled correctly. Kyoshi is spelled Kyoshi, not Kioshi. I have no idea how Weiss Schwarz is when it comes to like reprints and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if this will ever be corrected. I did pull this card from my box, so I know that on the actual printed card as well, it is the misspelling with the I in there, in between the K and the Y. So just look out for that, just in case there is a corrected print run later on. That might make the misspelling slightly more expensive, but who knows what will happen. Card number 27 is also a rare, Toph and Aang Earthbending Lessons. We also have 28 as a rare, Toph High Society. 29 is another Toph rare, Toph Metal Bending. Then we have card number 30, which is Aang Protecting Ba Sing Se. 31 is Toph Childhood. 32 is Suki Coming to the Rescue. 33 is Dai Li Agents. 34 is Zinfu and Master Yu Trapped by Metal. 35 is Toph Sleep Deprived. 36 is Toph Prankster. 37 is Long Feng Grand Secretariat. 38 is, going to the comments here, is Boomy An Old Friend. 39 is Ember Island Players, played by a man. We'll stop here just for a second because card 40 has basically 3 different versions. There's 40A, 40B, and 40C. The basic idea here is just that at the exact same rarity, it's a common card. All of them are commons. You will see the different arts of this card, the exact same amount. So just be aware of that. That's why I noted at the start of the video that there are technically 104 cards in the kind of normal count of the set, because this card and another card we'll look at later on have 2 additional arts of that card. So this is 40A of the card Judy Welcome to Ba Sing Se. This is 40B Judy Welcome to Ba Sing Se. And this is 40C, Judy Welcome to Ba Sing Se. So the card is exactly the same, you just get 3 different art, which for this card in particular is actually quite interesting, just because it does have the effect that says you can put as many of this card into your deck as you want. So you can break the deck building rules with this card specifically, and it sort of helps the Long Feng we looked at earlier on, just if you're wondering about the effects there. Card number 41, Aang Building a Zoo. 42 is Jet Manipulated. 43 is Toph Melon Lord. 44 is the event card, There's No War in Ba Sing Se. Then we go into Climax cards for green. So we have the Climax Rare, Skillful Display. Climax Common, Invention of Metal Bending. The Climax Common, Failure to Protect. And that will bring us into red. So we're back to double rares here. So this is a Zuko Crossroads, card number 48. 49 is Zuko for Honor, also a double rare Zuko. The final double rare for red is Azula Verge of Insanity, which is card number 50. And also just a quick note there is that this Azula and the previous Zuko both use the same Climax card, Siblings Agni Kai. So that's just an interesting note. Into the rares, card number 51, Zuko T-Server, Zuko and Iroh Forgiveness is 52. 53 is Iroh T-Server. 54 is Azula Talented Sister. 55 is Mei Moody. 56 is Zuko on the Run. 57 is Ty Lee Popular. 58 is Iroh the Dragon of the West. 59 is Zuko and Aang, the Dancing Dragon. So you can see there's a lot of rares for red as well. Considering yellow only has 1 rare, that's quite a lot for red. But we go into uncommons now. Card number 60 is Ty Lee Betrayal. 61 is Fire Lord Ozai. 62 is Iroh Order of the White Lotus. 63 is Zuko Near the Campfire. 64 is Zuko Redirecting Lightning. 65 is Iroh Buffed. 66 is Azula Sinister Scheme. 67 is Aang Firebending Misfire. 68 is Iroh Leaves from the Vine. 69 is Mei Betrayal. 70 is Ember Island Players Scar on the Wrong Side. 71 is Zuko Awkward Greeting. 72 is Aang, Wavering Confidence. And then card 73 is like the GD from before, where it is 73A, 73B, and 73C. So this is an uncommon that has 3 different alternate arts. So this is 73A, this is 73B, and this is 73C. Again, you will see the different arts of these cards at basically the exact same rate. There's no different rarity associated with the different alternate arts. It's just that your copies of this card will just be split evenly between the different arts. Then we go into the Climax cards for red. So we have the Climax Rare Siblings Agni Kai, Climax Rare Colors of Fire, and the Climax Common Falling Out. That brings us into blue from the booster set. Card 77 is the double rare Sokka, Warrior of the Southern Water Tribe. 78 is the double rare Katara, Desire to Help. 79 is the double rare Katara, Saving Aang. And then we go into rares. So we have Katara, Quick Thinker at 80. 81 is Katara, No Chance Given. 82 is Sokka, Offering Different Perspectives. 83 is Katara, Experienced Fighter. 84 is Katara, Vengeful. 85 is Sokka, Cactus Juice. And 86 is Katara and Aang, Reciprocated Feelings. Then we go into some uncommons. So 87 is Sokka, Warm Welcome. 88 is Tui and Law. 89 is Aang, Attacking with Water. 90 is Katara, Playing with Water. 91 is Ember Island Players, Terrible Jokes. 92 is Ember Island Players, Melodramatic. 93 is Sokka, Fire Nation Disguise. 94 is Katara, High Society. 95 is Katara, Fire Nation Disguise. 96 is Hama, Bloodbender. 97 is The Event, Healing Lessons. And then we go into blue Climax cards, which is Climax Rare, Spirit Water. Climax Common, Space Sword, and card number 100 is Frozen in Action. Then kind of part of the booster set, but also a kind of separate group of cards, are cards numbered 101 to 105. You get these cards from a booster box in that you get one box topper card in every booster box. These will be the standard versions of these cards, so non-foil versions of these cards. So card number 101 is Chibi Aang. Card number 102 is Chibi Toph. Card number 103 is Chibi Zuko. Card number 104 is Chibi Sokka. And card number 105 is Chibi Katara. So those are all available as box topper cards there. Cards numbered 106 to 110 are different again. They are the non-foil versions of the 5 cards available in the tournament pack, which you get from your local store if they are a tournament store for Weiss Schwarz. Otherwise, you'll probably just have to buy them as singles. So card number 106 is Aang and Momo Relaxing. Card number 107 is Toph Spa Day. 108 is Iroh Lightning. 109 is Zuko and Mei in Their Own World. And finally, card 110 is Katara Confrontation. Okay, now let's get into the parallel cards, the higher rarity stuff, the foil stuff. And we'll start with the trial deck once again. So from the trial deck, there are 6 parallel cards that you can get. 2 of them, of course, you get in every single copy of the trial deck. They are the 2 super rares, but the other 4 you do have to randomly hope that your trial deck has a particular copy of a card. So we'll start with the 2 super rares. So you obviously have Aang, the boy trapped in ice. Again, you will get this version, and you will get the standard version of this card in every single copy of the trial deck. That's fine. The other card that's exactly the same as this is Aang and Zuko, Unexpected Cooperation. Again, you will get the super rare version of this and the standard version of this card in the trial deck. Then we go into the SP that again you can possibly get if you get very, very lucky, because this is the rarest card from the trial deck. And so the level 3 Aang Avatar state does also come as this SP with unique promo art here. Then we have the final 3 cards, which are all triple rares. So Zuko Agni Kai can come as a triple rare, and again some nice book 1 Zuko art there. We also have Katara protecting Aang. This can come as a triple rare. I actually pulled this from my trial deck, so that was pretty nice. And also the climax card, Fury of the Ocean Spirit, comes as an alternate art triple rare here. So they are the trial deck parallel cards. And now let's move into the booster set. So we'll start with the high rarity stuff and go downwards, meaning that we're going to be starting with the secret rare cards. So there are 2 SECs in the set. The first one here is card number 2 from the set, Aang, Master of All Elements. So both of these, as well as all of the SPs, are going to be cards that were previously double rares, rarity upgraded to secret rares or SPs. So in this case, double rare Aang Master of All Elements becomes secret rare Aang Master of All Elements. Very nice here. You can see the uniqueness of the secret rares is that it's like gold foiling, but they also have the stamps with the element symbols, which is very nice. The same goes for the second secret rare, which is the card here, card number 49, Zuko for Honor. Again, this was a double rare, and you can see this one also has the stamps, but it's more fire focused because it's just Zuko here. Then we'll go into the SPs, the special rares. So the first one in the set is Aang, the Last Airbender. This is card number 1. Again, double rare up to SP here. And the uniqueness with the SPs is that they have the foil stamps, and in general the card is full foil as well. So Aang gets the airbending symbol and the logo stamped on the card. Very nice. The next one here is Toph the Blind Bandit, which if you saw my box opening, I actually pulled this card. So this is card number 24, again, was a double rare previously, is now the green stamped card with the earthbending symbol. Very nice. Then we have the Zuko SP, which is card number 48, Zuko Crossroads, and you can see the symbol changes once again. The Sokka is slightly different, but not too different. Card number 77, so the first blue card in the set becomes Sokka. The only difference here is that because he's not a bender, he doesn't get one of the sort of bending symbols. Instead, he just gets the logo in kind of purple. But still, very nice art on that Sokka in particular. The final SP is Katara, Desire to Help, which she, as the Water Tribe character who is a waterbender, gets the symbol there, of course, and it's in blue. So they're the 5 SPs. Then we have the Avatar Rare cards, which are just below SP in terms of where their rarity is. These are going to be mostly rares that have been rarity bumped up to Avatar Rare, but one of them, the first card in fact, is actually an uncommon that becomes an Avatar Rare. So we'll start off with Aang Missing Companion, which, like I said, is the uncommon. This is card number 8, and as you can see, the Avatar Rares here get the promo art kind of treatment here compared to the screenshots on the normal versions of the cards. So that's the first one. The second one is Toph Metal Bending here. So this is a rare in the actual set, Avatar Rare here. The Azula Rare, Azula Talented Sister, becomes an Avatar Rare also. May Moody, also a rare, becomes an Avatar Rare. The Zuko Avatar Rare is Zuko on the Run. The Ty Lee Avatar Rare is Ty Lee Popular. The Katara Avatar Rare is Katara Quick Thinker. And the Sokka Avatar Rare is Sokka Offering Different Perspectives. Next, we go into the triple rares from the booster set. So, the basic rundown of these is that every card that was a climax rare becomes a triple rare, but there are 7 of them, so one of the climax commons also gets the rarity upgrade. So, Energy Bending here in yellow gets a alternate art triple rare. Struck Down also gets the alternate art treatment here in triple rare. Going into green, Skillful Display gets alternate art triple rare. The Climax Common, Invention of Metal Bending, does get alternate art also. And then we have the red cards here. So Siblings Agni Kai gets alternate art. Colors of Fire also does, and the last card here is Spirit Water. So they're the seven triple rares from the Avatar set, and that will move us into the final rarity in the booster set. That's parallel, and that is super rare SR. There are 22 of these cards, and the main thing to note here is probably just the difference between the super rares that are just slightly alternate art, so it's the same scene just like a moment later, and then ones that are very clearly sort of like almost like Avatar rare lights, that the card they obviously only had a certain amount of slots for specific characters, but here you see some of the lower characters get like promo art cards. So the first super rare is Aang blending in, which is only a slight differentiation in the scene. But the next one here is Appa Flying Bison, where we get full brand new promo art of Appa Flying Bison. Very modern art of Appa here, which is nice to see. The next card here, also really, really nice looking here. Aang learning Avatar State gets some of the more notable pieces of art here for Aang here with this one. Also followed by Momo getting a promo art SR here with Momo Winged Lemur, card number 13. And they are the SRs in yellow. So going into green, we get Toph Wanted. I've got to say, this is probably one of the weakest SRs in the set, because the difference between the cards is kind of just that like it's zoomed out. And I think the normal version looks better. So I don't know why they didn't try to do a little bit more with this, but you know, that is Toph Wanted. And again, you'll note here there's a variety of like rarity kind of changes here. Some of these are rares, some of these are uncommon, some of these are commons. This is in fact a double rare, so nearly every rarity in the set gets an SR somewhere along here. And we also have the SR Toph Stopping Library from Sinking, which is just a slightly different version of the scene. Suki Kyoshi Warrior gets the promo art treatment, which is very nice. Toph and Aang Earthbending Lessons is, I would say, one of the weaker SRs, because it's such a weird difference in shot from the actual card. And like the text box covers up some of the image. It's a weird choice here. Toph High Society is actually, I think, a really reasonably decent kind of screenshot, alternate art. Azula Verge of Insanity, I think, also is pretty nice, the difference between the two versions here. Into some more promo art for the next one here, as we get Zuko Tea Server with some more modern art of Zuko. Serving tea, of course. Then we get Zuko and Iroh Forgiveness with the actual hug moment of the scene, kind of slightly differently shot, so very nice there. This is followed by Iroh Tea Server, where this is the equivalent Iroh to the Zuko that we just saw. Iroh, the Dragon of the West, gets, again, a slightly different version of the same scene, but I think this one's actually a little bit better. Zuko and Aang, the Dancing Dragon. This is a bit of a weirdly constructed card where they just stacked two screenshots on top of each other, and again, the text box kind of gets a little bit in the way of the art, but is still kind of somewhat unique looking, I think. Katara Saving Aang, I think, is just objectively it's the better art here on this version of the card. Katara No Chance Given gets a super rare. This one is, again, one of the more kind of questionable ones where it's just... It's not even a super notable shot for Katara, but it's just like a frame or two later on. Very similar with the next one here, Katara Experienced Fighter, where compared to the normal version of the card, it's just, you know, a fraction of a second later. Katara Vengeful, I think, is actually a pretty nice alternate kind of version of the scene. Same goes for Sokka Cactus Juice here. Very, very memorable scene from the show, so having a different version of this is nice. Katara and Aang Reciprocated Feelings is an interesting one where you think almost that they'd reverse it, where the normal version of the card is the kiss, and then the super rare here is the hug, but they actually did it like, you know, the other way than you would expect it. So, you know, interesting enough. Sokka Warm Welcome. I think this is an example of one of the ones that's like a fraction of a second later that actually works, where you kind of want the SR because it's the kind of really funny moment in the scene. And that brings the super rares to a close. Then we will get into basically the parallel versions of the box topper cards as well as the tournament store cards. Now, basically the art is going to look identical here. It is just the exact same art, it's just that you will now see it in hollow, basically. So card number 101, Chibi Ang, 102, Chibi Toph, 103, Chibi Zuko, 104, Chibi Sokka, 105, Chibi Katara. These are all available as parallel hollow, basically SR cards in the supply set. So the only way you can get hollow versions of those cards is from the supply set, where you do get a pack that has one of these cards in it. So they will be 101 to 105S. That is their kind of set name. But then we go into the tournament pack parallel card. So again, it is the exact same cards, 106 to 110, except they will be hollow versions of them. My understanding of the tournament pack is that if you get one, it is a pack that has two cards. One of them will be foil, one of them will be non-foil, and you just get a random one of each of the 5 different cards. So 106, Aang and Momo Relaxing, 107, Toph Spa Day, 108, Iroh Lightning, 109, Zuko and Mei in their own world, and 110, Katara Confrontation are all available as a hollow version also. This will then bring us into the final grouping of cards, the ones that were in kind of like tournament, like other and stuff like that. And there is a little bit of a mix here of some of these are unique cards, and then some of these are just alternate rarity versions. And some of these I actually don't know confirmed where you actually get these cards from. But we'll jump in here with the first card, which is Team Avatar. So this one we do know where you get it from. This was given out as a kind of tournament event participation promo card. So this one shouldn't be like crazy difficult to get, because I think a lot of these were actually given out. I think the kind of time where you can actually get it for participating in an event has ended, but there probably should be quite a few of these going around the place, even if you have to go to eBay to get it. But this is the promo card Team Avatar, with the whole team as a chibi, and you'll note it is unique compared to like all of the other cards we've talked about before. This is not just a parallel, it is a fully unique card, and you can see there it has the P04 PR kind of listing on the card. Next we have this card here, which is Katara Desire to Help. Now, we've seen that card twice before. This is a double rare in the booster set, and it also comes as the Katara SP. But here we have the promo card, which, as you can see by the stamp on the card, tells you where it's from. If you won a Springfest 2023 regional championship, you got this card as a victory kind of bonus. So the third version of this card is actually available in that way. So if you're trying to get a full complete set, this card might actually be extremely difficult to get, but just be aware of that. The next two are kind of like pretty much brand new in the database for the Weiss Schwarz cards. This first one here is Toph the Blind Bandit, which is card number 24 from the booster set, which is a double rare, and I think it's also the Toph SP as well. This seems to be a alternate art foil, a judge promo. So if you are an official judge for Weiss Schwarz, and I guess go to tournaments, you will get this card at some point. I don't really know. Again, it just is in the database and it says judge on it, so I assume that's what it is. I don't know when or where specifically you get this, but that is that card there. So that's the third version of Toph the Blind Bandit. Very similar for the next card, which is Iroh the Dragon of the West, which, as you can see here, it says official judge, so it's a judge promo. This is a rare in the main set, and also has an SR as well. But this looks to be basically an SP or some sort of a high rarity kind of version of it with the stamp on it. Alternate art as well with the Order of the White Lotus Iroh here. So it is actually a very, very nice looking card here. But that does seem to be the same as the previous Toph. The last two cards here are completely new, and I really don't know exactly where they come from. I can speculate a little bit on this first one here, which is the card Aang Cheerful Airbender. So you can see there the card is listed as being BCS 2023-01PR. I think that means is that this will be a promo card given out at Bushiroad Championship Series events. Now, whether that's for winning or just participating, I'm not sure. My guess would be participation, because it doesn't seem to have a stamp on it suggesting that you won or you're a champion or anything like that. So that's my guess on this one. And then the final card here is Zuko Empathy, which is listed here as a P01 PR, which you'll note as being very similar to the Team Avatar from before, which is actually P04 PR. So my guess is that this also will be some sort of an event participation card that you get, but it also would imply that there is within the Avatar set, P02 and P03 promo card, probably suggesting there are 2 other cards that we haven't seen yet as well. But this Zuko is completely new. It is not found anywhere else. But again, I will say I don't know specifically where exactly this card comes from. I just spotted it in the database on the website of cards and have attempted to figure out where you actually get this one. So that is basically it. A long time there to go through what is effectively somewhere in the region of 199 cards. It might go up as high as 201 if in fact there is a P02 and P03 card, which there probably will be. But the interesting thing here is that there are 2, I suppose, different types of collection here. It's the kind of, do you just want the main set stuff, or do you want everything, including the kind of slightly harder to get stuff? Do you care about getting alternate rarity stuff as well as the normal version of cards? Myself, I'm going to be trying to get as many of these as I can without spending an incredible amount of money. I probably have accepted already, I'm not going to have all of the Avatar rares, both secret rares, all of the SPs. But if I can get some of them for a reasonable price, that's going to be my kind of aim in all of this. So that's basically it. So if you have any questions in the comments below, or if you happen to know in greater detail than I was able to present myself, where perhaps some of these cards are actually available, especially some of the ones towards the end there, definitely let me know in the comments below so everyone knows what the situation is. But other than that, that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.